Superheroes made us who we are. They inspired us to be just like them, saving people, protecting people, helping people, and many more. We had Marvel with their amazing superheroes like Spider-Man, Iron Man, and the whole Avengers. In DC, we have Superman, Batman, and the whole Justice League. Marvel and DC were the only focus when it comes to heroes with teenagers and kids. Meanwhile, in Japan, there was Super Sentai, which is the show that the Power Rangers was based off, and Kamen Rider. Both shows were famous by kids, with all the merch and the poses. But now, this summer, 2020, who would have thought that the whole Tokusatsu, meaning a live action that deals with heavy use of special effects, would return in the form of anime. But this time, it's Ecchi.
誰かがこう言った。ヒーローはエッチとエロでできていると。ここ埼玉には平和を守るエッチでエロな5人のヒーローたちがいる。彼らの名は
ド級変態エクゼロス。
So yeah, this anime is good. No kidding, right from the first episode, this anime might have the chance to be the best Ecchi along with To Love Ru and High School DxD. People might not actually watch this anime, but come on, this anime is a blast to watch, just from the whole plot itself, which I will read it to you. The power of friendship and erotic experiences will save the world. It's actually hilarious to have an anime just like this, like out of nowhere. We did not have a good Ecchi show, but then HxEros arrives out of freaking nowhere. This is the part of the video where I give you more information behind the anime as always, along with Project Number 9 Studio, which is the studio that made Nitoyome, Dario's Work Is Never Done, Girls Beyond the Wasteland, Shoyoyo, and the soon-to-air bottom-tier character Tomuzaki. HxEros will probably be one of their trump cards in the studio. I can already feel it.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does contain the unstoppable Exodia!
Ah! Impossible!
I am not going to dig deep that much in the anime, but I can share this information though. The author of HxEros made a doujin way before when he made HxEros. I can already tell that you want to know the source of it. I completely understand, and that's why I will put the code here for around 5 seconds. Starting now. This doujin is honestly good, and did I mention he has made other doujins? Cause he freaking did. Okay, that was the whole introduction thing of this video, and now to the part where I get to talk about why the show is watchable. It will be very complicated to explain this, and that is why I made it into 3 parts.
今まで全然触れてなかった分、余計に男子に対して敏感になっちゃってる。
First part, the plot is hilariously dumb, but it's interesting. You won't even realize it yet, but when you finish the first episode of the anime, your head will be filled with all the Ecchi anime that you watched. If you are one of those people that has only watched Demon Slayer and Darling in the Franxx and hasn't watched a single Ecchi show, this anime won't be for you. To those who have watched tons of Ecchi anime, you will enjoy this just like how you enjoyed High School DxD and Seiko no Kyuwaser. Sure that the plot is bad as heck, but you will be caught getting interested with the show. You want to know what happens to our protagonist and wanting to know who wins best girl. If you didn't know, HxEros has a similar anime to the plot itself, which is another Ecchi anime titled Baso Gakuen HXH. These two shows are very similar to each other. We have the almost bland protagonist, the group of girls, and getting powers from having the guy to do stuff with the girl. If you ask me on which one is better, I would go for HxEros. Why? Well, that's going to be the next part.
こんなの我慢できない。閉じてた心が開いた。
Second part, the Ecchi of this anime is gold. Now, this is part of the video where it gets really tricky. There has been tons of anime that are Ecchi, and there are many different focuses in it. From the cliche opening the door and witnessing a girl changing clothes to witnessing a naked girl in front of you and getting slapped. HxEros has those kind of Ecchi, but one thing that I noticed is that the Ecchi here is gold. Gold in what way? Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs Ecchi gold. If you watched Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, it's one of those anime that has went too far with the whole Ecchi of it. Not to mention that it steered controversy over sexual depictions. HxEros has the level of Ecchi with Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, but the Ecchi in it is necessary. In To Love Ru, there were parts of it that were unnecessary, but it made the show for what it is. Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, on the other hand, it went too far far with Ecchi. Now I ask you this question. Has Ecchi went too far? Give my Ecchi video a watch to know more. I would say that HxEros will change the perspective to Ecchi viewers out there. They will expect the kind of Ecchi that they are looking for, but instead, they get something different. Same thing, but it hits different. It's honestly hard to explain, but I will make it easier for you to understand. Imagine watching Power Rangers, but then it became lewd. Okay, that was a dumb example. Or what about Mahou Shoujo Ore? Take it as an example. This is a girl, okay? Now, she is going to transform to her magical girl form. Bet you didn't expect that. That kind of different is what I meant. Did you get it? I hope you did. At this point, I have no idea what I am talking about. Overall, with the explanation, the Ecchi in HxEros will be cliche, but it drastically changes the viewer's perspective to the Ecchi itself. Meaning, you wanted to stop watching it, but you will eventually watch the next episode because you are now caught by the Ecchi web. Basically, Ecchi is Ecchi.
思春期の濃厚で芳醇なエネルギーは特に大好物でね。
そうか。でもその前にまずこいつを食らえ。
Third part is the only Ecchi anime that interests everyone. This summer 2020, we have 5 Ecchi shows including HxEros that will air this summer. Let's take all the Ecchi anime and I will talk about why it will not be a huge competitor to HxEros. To prove itself that HxEros will be the interesting Ecchi that everyone will watch. First, we have Food Wars. Now this is the continuation of the 5th season of Food Wars. Food Wars right now isn't really getting a lot of attention because some people has finished reading the manga. Everyone would just start watching the 5th season when all the episodes has been released. Second, we have Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. The anime is way too far to challenge HxEros. Why is that? When it comes to Ecchi viewers, everyone wants something Ecchi to immediately happen. In Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, all you get will be the romantic wholesome moments and the comedy. The Ecchi is still there but not strong enough to compete with HxEros. Third, we have Monster Girl Doctor. Now, not a lot of people watches an Ecchi anime about monster girls. There is only a small amount of people. Previously, we had a Monster Girls anime that made everyone watch it because it was fresh. Now, it isn't that fresh anymore, but it still has a chance to compete with HxEros. Lastly, we have Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time. This anime can fight with HxEros because of the plot itself, but in the end, it will fail to defeat HxEros. Why is that, you ask? Well, 50% will watch it for the fantasy Ecchi style of it, and the other 50% will eventually drop it because it's not what they asked for. When it comes to Ecchi fantasy anime, the story needs to be equal to the Ecchi itself, but when it comes to Ecchi action anime, the Ecchi needs to be on top while the action is still to come out after the Ecchi. It's the old switcheroo method, just like what happened to High School DxD and High School of the Dead. Ecchi is on top, but then action comes out after the Ecchi. That's basically it on what I can say about HxEros and the Ecchi anime that will come out this summer 2020. Before the video finishes, HxEros will have a uncensored version of the previous episode in every Friday. So if you want to watch the anime without any censorship, Friday is the day to watch HxEros in its perfect Ecchi condition. Thank you for watching the video and share this to your friends who enjoy Ecchi anime. I would like to say thank you because I did not expect to reach 300 subscribers all of the sudden. It's still a shock to me, but I am very thankful. Don't forget to subscribe and watch more of my videos. Stay safe, everyone.